Hello everyone. It's me again. Um, so I decided to try a different park today. I'm trying a different park today, and I'm trying one of them cute little microphones you can get from Best Buy. It's not advertising for Best Buy, but I did get it from Best Buy. Um, Actually bought this microphone years ago, and it's still working. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, I'm gonna post some cards, but that's not where I'm gonna start. Um, One thing I'm starting to notice is since I've been posting more regularly, even though it's literally been like 5. One thing I'm noticing is that I'm actually feeling more clarity, I guess because I'm getting it out my system as opposed to just sitting with all this information or sitting with all this stuff. And that's cool. More clarity is always good. It's like I guess uh, I guess I don't really always consider myself somebody who's not clear because I'm used to actually being pretty clear. But yeah, there's just so much going on. It's like when you're intuiting all this stuff happening, like in the back. I'm gonna say in the background of things. You're intuiting all this stuff happening in the background of things, and you don't know how to talk about it or who to talk about it to if you're supposed to talk about it. And that's one thing too. It's like if I'm hanging on to something, it's hard for me to just kind of move on in subject. So that's why I went ahead and just kind of like blurted out a bunch of stuff I'm not even sure I was supposed to say. But there it was. And then I've been feeling a little, wishy-washy about doing tarot on here. Like making this a main thing on here. Like I don't know if I want to. I still don't know if I want to do that. I like right now it's kind of like half vlog. I'm kind of just talking and hanging. I just want to hang out. I just want to hang out with y'all. Um, I have an entrepreneurial spirit, just like everybody else, and I feel like sometimes we're just so caught up. We're so caught up selling to each other and competing with each other, and maybe it's just me, but I don't really get to just hang with folks. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Sometimes we'll post some cards. Sometimes, we you know what I'm saying. Um, yeah, I've been feeling a lot clearer, and I've been sleeping a little better. I'm gonna say a little better. Um, I've never really been an 8 hour at a time kind of person in general. I've always been high energy. I don't always need 8 hours of sleep. I would say at least 6, even 5 is like okay most days. And it usually takes me a while to fall asleep, but I noticed the last couple of nights I've actually just been going to sleep, which is interesting. It's funny to say that. It's funny to say that being able to just go to sleep is weird for me, but it is. And I think too, my getting caught up in that weed habit. I was smoking weed almost every day. I think it's like it's good to take breaks so that you can recalibrate and get a sense of what my body would have done had I not smoked the weed, because I've been using the weed as a sleep aid. But it's like, do I even need the sleep aid still? Like I've been, facing some stuff and expressing some stuff and processing some stuff, and it's like, do I even really still need the sleep aid that much? It's funny that these 2 cards are the first cards that come out when I'm talking, because this star card, one thing I'm noticing, I am an Aquarius. I'm a triple Aquarius, by the way. So sad for people who hate Aquarians. I like messing with people who hate Aquarians. I'm not gonna lie, it's hilarious because the reasons why people hate Aquarians don't really be real reasons. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, there are real reasons to hate Aquarians other than like we're hard to manipulate, right? That's not a real reason. But and then like this card comes out. Oh man, and you know what? I'm facing the sun. I'm facing the sun so that you can see my face, but I'm realizing the card. Oh man, it's doing that thing. Brother, I finally get comfortable in this. Okay. I don't think I want to stop it. So like, just bear with me for another 10-15 seconds. If I can move the phone slightly to the right, I'm not facing the sun directly, and this phone might be crooked. I'm dead ass. I'm tired of. I'm getting so tired of my own hesitation that I just, let's just go through. Just go through. Through. Sometimes the only way out is through, and Lord knows I need to get out. So yeah, these are two cars. This car is one of the cars that reminds me of myself the most, especially since I have like 2 sleeveless red shirts, and I wear a lot of blue, and I've been feeling a lot of red and blue lately. I'm wearing this blue shirt a lot. I'll be honest with you, this is my favorite over shirt, so you might see it a lot, and whatever. I'm not one of those people that care too much what people think, so good luck if you was gonna try and make me start today. It's funny, right? Me saying that the judgment card came out, right? It's like releasing the self-judgment. I'm laughing because this has been really awkward. I literally had to. I did like this to make that bird go away, because when I first started filming, I literally, as soon as I hit play, a bird like landed next to me and started going, "Whoa!" Big loud sound. It's such a small bird. See how small that bird was and how loud it could get. I mean, it's amazing. Don't get me wrong. And I'm, maybe that's my ancestors saying like, "Hey, you can do it." But it's like, come on, y'all. I need to do it. So yeah, it's releasing judgment. I'm releasing the overthinking. I'm releasing the should it be this way? Should it be that way? Blah, blah. I gotta do something. I'm doing it. We're doing it, right? I feel like I wrote some notes. I feel like I jotted something down. Oh, yeah, that was for me. That wasn't for you. It's okay. Bear with me. I know. Triple Aquarius, I told you. This is a great place to be if you're somebody who loves Aquarians. It's usually one or the other. When I meet people, it's either like, oh my God, I can't stand them. And it's like the people who love us, like will literally kill and die for us, love us. Wow, that's funny. It's a little bug just landing right on the... That's cool. Come on now. I'm not stopping. I can try. Nice try. This post is not going to be as long as the others. I'm honestly just... I don't know. I woke up in a kind of okay mood today. I don't know. I woke up in an okay mood today. Hence this releasing the judgment and moving forward. It's mid-June. I think we just had a Gemini moon. Oh yeah, it's Gemini season. That's also why I decided to do this right now too. Gemini, Mercury, communication, right? And hence all the blues and the greens. It's like I'm finally opening up my mouth and it's that purple, right? I'm very up here. It's like tapping into this thing, and they're like, yeah, release the judgment, Z. I actually had a dream. I had a dream because, like, in my other life, no, I'm joking. I'm also a DJ, and I haven't not that I haven't had a gig in a while. Like, that was an okay gig. It was an okay experience. But I mean, like, I haven't been putting myself out there as actively as I used to. I'm just kind of allowing... I don't know. I've been procrastinating. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses for that. I've been procrastinating. Maybe some part of me, when you're in a situation and sometimes spirit, it's like spirit needed me to be patient in one way, but active in another way. And so just finding that balance of like patience and active and uncovering, again, like if you dare to want to watch those other videos, uncovering some stuff about my family and having to process that information, and I still don't know what to do with it, and I still don't know how it's going to conclude. That's what it is. I was uncovering some things about my family, and feeling some paranoia around that, and feeling some fear around that, feeling some uncertainty around that, but also knowing, because I have a knowing, like, that it's going to be a good outcome. So I sometimes will get stuck. I'll get stuck. For all the intuitives out there, when we feel something is going to happen, you don't feel the going to, you just feel the happening. You feel it happening now. So I feel like I was feeling the conclusion of it, but it didn't conclude. And then I'm like, and this happens, this balancing out like that intuitiveness with reality of time, right? Because in spirit, there is no past, present, or future. There's no time. That's why, as you're intuitive, you're a psychic medium, you feel it now, because everything is now. It's all now. They're all infinite nows, and you feel it now. It's just the more and more you learn your gift, you learn the timing of it. And so realistically, I know when I feel something is going to happen now, it doesn't happen literally now. You know what I mean? I was a little bit stuck there, like now, tomorrow now, like, should I be looking out for something? Should I be looking out for a letter in the mail? Should I be looking out for a phone call? Like, I just wasn't sure. And so I got stuck. And I'll admit, like, tarot is not my first love. I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to channel for people, but it wasn't my first love. So that's largely too why I was hesitant to share in this way, because then it's like, now I got to be consistent. Now I got to do it regularly, and blah, blah, blah. Right? So it's just that Eight of Pentacles, exactly what I'm talking about, right? So spirit is saying to me, pardon me, get to work, expansion. It's time for you to expand. You got all these things that you know how to do. You got all these things. That's what I'm looking at it. That's what I'm feeling is what the message is right now for all my, like, multi-talented, multifaceted people. Like, I actually think people who have multiple skill sets and talents tend to oftentimes be late bloomers, because it's like we keep going back and forth between the things, and it's like, which thing, sometimes when the ego gets involved, you get caught up doing the thing you think is the coolest. Even though, for example, in my personal opinion, I think Kanye should start painting again. I mentioned to my nephew the other day, I was like, Kanye is an artist. Like, he can do multiple things, and I personally feel like part of his issue is that he keeps wanting to do the thing that's cool. Like, the music is cool. He can see music, so of course you're gonna do music. And I think he's a genius at music, but I also feel like his life will expand and balance out when he actually starts painting again. And when you think about it, you're not regular no more. Like, you're Kanye now. Like, you're a big deal now. And so how much would a painting from Kanye be worth right now? You understand? So he would expand himself spiritually, he would expand himself emotionally, he would expand himself artistically by doing all the things he knows how to do. It's like, oh, my music. It's like, bro, I remember when you first came out. I'll never forget this, because this is the kind that impressed me. I remember when he first came out and he showed us one of his paintings, because he got an art scholarship. He turned down the art scholarship because he wanted to pursue his music, but he showed us one of his paintings, and then he said, I painted what music looked like, and I freaking loved it. If he could dig out that painting, I guarantee you somebody in the world would be willing to pay like $10 million for it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he need to quit music. but I feel like he's starting to. I feel like he's right about. It's like sometimes we get caught up being right about our critic of how the world is behaving, and we're kind of missing what Spirit is trying to tell us, right? It's like you have multiple things that you can do, and if this industry is starting to, then you can paint again. Paint for a little while, forget music for a little while, paint for a little while, and then come back again. Like, you can do that. And that's one of the things I appreciate about having multiple skill sets is like, when things was feeling a little funky over here, I'm like, you know what, I could do this for a while. I'm not pigeonholed. Like, I don't gotta stay over there. Like, I can expand. You know, I saw a post recently. This woman who I believe is like a psychologist, therapist, something along those lines. And then she said, one talent people have a really hard time understanding multi-talented people, and it just is what it is. See what else we feeling like? Oh man. I don't know. I thought I would have a lot to just talk about, but yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, the cars. I feel like the cars have been feeling like I've been feeling like the cars have been having a lot to say, and you know, when you shuffle a deck and then you put down some cards and you shuffle it again and you put down some cards and you keep seeing a lot of the same cards. It's like, because the message is more or less the same. Like, there's Two of Pentacles again. It's like, balance out your pentacles. Not just like, it's like one of them looking kind of translucent. There's one of them, get an angle. This one looks kind of translucent, and this one looks more real, I'm noticing, right? Which makes me imagine, like, yeah, like balancing what you have with what you think you're gonna have, and like preparing for funds. And so, like, maybe some of you is preparing for some funds. Yeah, we did that already. We said, I don't want to repeat myself too much for the last two posts. I'm actually trying not to think right now. It's funny how I've told a few people, like, yeah, my mind doesn't chatter, because, you know, like, this all this talk about chatter and mind chatter and what to do with the mind chatter, and a lot of people don't feel like it's achievable, and no one ever asked me how. So yeah, I guess I'll probably do like a short series on it, because really it's not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. We tend to overcomplicate things. Yeah, this King of Cups. I started to pull some cards. I tried to pull some cards before we started, but the cards wasn't feeling that. They wanted me to start talking. They wanted me to just start. But this card came up earlier, and that King of Cups. It's basically just, you know, feeling a little more in control of my emotions, essentially. Basically what I said about, you know, like, doing this, helping me to release a lot and allowing me to sleep better, and now I'm not smoking as much, and, you know, finding emotional balance, and like taking control. I'm gonna say take control, although, you know, not from a controlling point of view, but also like taking the wheel. That's why I'm saying that, because it's a King of Cups rather than Queen of Cups. And this Two of Wands, right? And just kind of like feeling a little bit more settled, a lot more settled emotionally. You know, I'm mostly out of that paranoia that I was in during that spiritual warfare stuff. And now, you know, when you're feeling a little better, now you can think clearer. Like, what next? To me, this is like, what next? Like, he got the world in his hand. Like, the world is your oyster. Like, what do you want to do? So yeah, I've been thinking about, you know, I've been going down a list of, you know, I've always wanted to skydive. I've always wanted to, I've never driven across country. I've never rode on a jet ski, stuff like that. Like, so many things that I actually have not done in my life, and I'm a little older than I look. But that's, you know, time is illusion. So, what should this age look like anyway? Oh man, I don't know what this is. I don't know if anybody expected to be getting married anytime soon. I'm definitely not. So I would say if you're not expected to be married, this card can also represent just like finding stability, finding family. Family doesn't necessarily have to be romantic family. This could also be a business partnership, like, you know, meeting someone. It's just finding someone and building something stable. That's what this represents to me. It could be romantic, it could be business, it could be friendship. It could be you met a really, you know, you realize your neighbor is really dope and y'all are having building meetings together. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And like wands is action, right? So it's really building, taking action, building something with someone stable. I don't know. I'm not dating anyone right now. That's why I'm like, I haven't dated in a while, so I don't know. Somebody wants to. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, they goes have 5 of cups. I'll admit sometimes I get a little mixed up with 4 and 5 of cups. I'm realizing I've been doing that in general. I call this the crying of a spilled milk cup. Yeah, see these 3. There's 3 cups laid on the side, 2 cups up. So it's like, yeah, so in other words, I spent enough time. Spirit is like, you spent enough time crying over those cups that was lost, was stolen, and whatever else. But, you know, Z, right? But you got 8 pentacles. You actually have 8 pentacles. You probably, you know, technically, you know, metaphorically speaking, it's like you got 8 cups. I mean, that's, you know, 5 of cups is the card. But it's like, really, I have a lot of cups. I have a lot of skill sets. I have a lot of things that I can do, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's like, I have a lot of dreams. I have a lot of aspirations. They're just like, it's not all lost. It's not all lost. And see, and that ace, the ace in the hand, and it's interesting, Ace of Cups. Again, it's like, this might be reflective of the mood that I'm in right now. Like, I'm feeling better. Like, not 100%, but I definitely feel a lot better than I was feeling like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I got into a funk. I guess I just got into this. I think I just got, not that one. I think I just got into this energy and it kind of got stuck there. So it didn't, like, correct me if I'm wrong. This person is also the same person in the Hermit card, the one that represents the Hermit. But oh yeah, this popped out, right? Walking away. 2 of Wands. It was just like, what are we gonna do? Because it's time to go. Where we want to go? It's time to go. And so, yeah, it's time to, you know, pack my bags and contemplate what my next move is. There's some money. Either you're expecting some money again. Maybe you're expecting some money. But I would say be mindful. If you know there's some things that you really want to do with your life, like take a break from lending people any money. You know, stop lending money, stop buying people stuff. This represents balancing, which is like a 6 of Pentacles. So to me, it's just, that's why he's holding that scale. It's like balance, some balance in your spending. Especially, you know, there was if there was some place you wanted to go, you need to start saving. Spirit has been telling me that for a while now. I don't save too great. I'm in between jobs right now, but I guess if you can't tell, I am a trans person, and I am 5 years on T this year, and HRT. Yeah, 5 years on doing 5 years on HRT, and long story short, that last job situation was a little awkward. It was pretty obvious that they were trying to get me fired, and so I just exited. However, it was a temporary job at that. So imagine somebody trying to get you fired from a job that's temporary anyway. So like that was so unnecessary. But I didn't with the kind of job it was, I can go back to it and just be under a different manager or something like that. I'm thinking about it. Cause I gotta do something. I gotta have a day job. I can't live the starving artist life forever. I'm definitely getting too old for it. Although it's been up and down. It haven't just been starving forever. Like it's not. I'm not actually starving. I'm not starving. But money's a little tight right now, and that's also why Spirit is like, hey, start expanding. Do these cards. You can do them. Like I can do them just fine. It's just it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite. Right. Let me see. We're at about 30 minutes or so. I'm trying not to go over 45 today. Lover's card comes out again. I don't know if anybody's expecting a relationship. I'm not expecting a relationship, but maybe there's somebody out there that's trying to marry you and stuff like that. Lover's card could also represent balancing the masculine and feminine within. I feel like I'm finally, what did Whitney Houston say? The greatest love of all is inside of me. Right, so yeah, that's one thing I've been focused on lately is, what they say, cultivating joy in your life. Like how many different ways, how much joy can I cultivate in my life with, I don't want to say regardless, rather than saying like regardless of not having a lot of money, but just like with what I have, right? Whenever I see this Five of Wands, Five of Wands is definitely conflict. It's pretty obvious from looking at it as conflict, but this could be inner conflicts or outer conflict, and a lot of times outer conflict is manifested from inner conflict. I'll admit, like there was some situation. I've dealt with a lot of conflicting connections. That's for damn. When you're a seer, again, like for all the seers out there, it's hard. We're a lot of people find us hard to digest. It's like, I understand, there's a lot of liars out there. There's a lot of liars out there. And I'm sorry, but I'm not one of them. I say what I feel is true, and if I don't know, I can say I don't know. Like that's one of my favorite lines. One of my favorite movie lines is The Pursuit of Happiness, because it's also one of my favorite movies. And he said, I'm the kind, not a perfect quote, but I'm the kind of man that if I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. But I will find the answer. I will find the answer. Or I will recommend, for me, that's my addition. I might be able to recommend where you can go for that answer, but I won't give you any answer. I don't speak uncertain. So yeah, maybe there's a relationship coming, maybe there's some Let me pause for a sec. It's interesting because these three came out together, and it almost feels like It almost feels like three, like, but it's like maybe finding the balance within, releasing the inner conflict. Although, and at the same time, it's like finding balance within also tends to, if there's anyone around you, you know, it's like when you, if you're in a connection and you're ascending and you're raising your vibration and you're healing and you're around people who may not really be doing the same thing, it's natural that they'll start to feel conflicted about you. You'll start to feel conflicted about them. There'll be some conflict. Hey, what's going on? What's different about you? Sometimes I forget that I transitioned. Sometimes I forget like that there's such thing as a trans person. Sometimes I literally just be living my life, right? I forget that the world decided that there's such thing as a trans person, and living in the neighborhood where I grew up kind of sucks, right? Because I didn't realize how many of these guys had crushes on me because nobody said nothing. Right? So apparently all these people was crushing on me when I didn't know it. I'll be honest with you, I'm a typical Aquarius. I don't know nobody's name. I'm being real with you. A lot of these dudes' names I've learned recently. Cause I didn't think I'd be living here. I didn't think I'd have to move back home. Like, that's what kind of threw me off. I thought I was done with here and life happened. But that, right? I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm loving myself, right? When the more you start to love yourself, the more conflict sometimes you have with people who are still struggling with loving themselves. I mean, I said a lot on that one, and that's why I was like, this one is right here with it, right? And it's like, you know what? You're gonna have to work through it. That's what I see. This Eight of Pentacles, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 8 expansion, right? Like that was almost the other deck. I think I shuffled it. That was Eight of Pentacles. That's Eight of Pentacles in the other deck. This is just Eight of Pentacles in this deck. It's like gonna have to work through it. Sometimes you gotta work through the conflict, and like that's one thing about me is that's one habit that I have is maybe I'm a little spoiled. Maybe I'm a little spoiled in that way, and or maybe not. Like, I don't know. I've lived multiple lifetimes, so I think I've had other lifetimes where I was more spoiled. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like I may have lived other lifetimes where I was more spoiled, and then I came here with certain expectations. And yeah, maybe I am being a little nitpicky sometimes. Like, I like for the condition, it's like. And then maybe I'm not. It's like maybe that's not what I really want to say. Sometimes life isn't the way you hoped it would be, and you gotta work through it, right? You gotta work, and if you want to change it, you gotta work to change it. Blah blah blah. I know. Trust me. I have a whole lazy side, and I have a Pisces placement, and I'm a strong manifester, and sometimes I feel like I can like manifest the change. And that was, when I thought I could do that, I realized what was happening was this Lover's card just came out again. Didn't you just see me shuffle? I don't know. Somebody loves you. I noticed I said you. I don't know. Somebody loves you, but yeah, it's not that I am afraid of work. I have no problem. See, again, they got that Lover's card again. Like, love, lover. So like it keeps coming out. And so they just like, maybe their spirit's way of saying like, we mean all the things. Like, love yourself, love someone. Somebody loves you, you love you. Maybe somebody wants to remind me what the other meanings of the Lover's card, because maybe there's something I'm missing. Let me look at it. let me look at it more. This reminds me of like, oh. This card is supposed to be like Adam and Eve. This supposed to be like Adam and Eve, and there's that snake. Oh, maybe that's what it is. I'm not seeing that snake. Oh, man. Not that I believe women came from a rib. I don't. I actually always felt like that story was metaphoric, but I feel like a lot of those stories are metaphoric, and we're just told to take it literal because, I don't know, why would they tell? Anyway, but now you got me looking at this card because it came out like 3 times. 3 or 4 times. That's interesting. Is that fire? This tree has the snake in it, and this tree looks like it's either really pretty orange yellow leaves, or that's fire. But it kind of, and then you have like this figure as like spirit. There might be like, I guess what they call a divine connection coming into your life. A divine connection coming to your life, and maybe with another old soul. Like, that sounds cute. You know, okay, one thing I want to admit to is I've been avoiding the topic of relationships. I've been avoiding relationships, and I've been not dating for a good while now. And so that's Spirit's way of not letting me avoid it in front of you. I see what they did there. See what you did there. Spirit's like, haha. You're gonna really just ignore it while everyone's watching? Of course not. And I have a confession too. This might scare some people. We'll see. Sometimes I like to think of myself as the snake. It's interesting how the snake got such a bad rep. The snake got such a bad rep. Because the snakes are so evil, why did you put 2 snakes on the medical symbol? You understand? Like, snakes also represent health and wellness. Yes, snakes are poisonous, but when you think about it, medicines are kind of poisonous. If I take a medicine I shouldn't take, I've just poisoned myself, right? And so taking the right medicine is not poisoning yourself. And I mean, didn't some indigenous folks actually use poison for things like, I don't know. I just randomly started thinking about like how some people lick toads as a psychedelic, and so for deeper healing and deeper reflection. And I never actually licked a toad. So like, how did I go from this to licking a toad, right? Is that me avoiding relationships? Like, maybe I want to tell me that too, like, because I've definitely been avoiding relationships. And I've been avoiding the topic, but I also feel like the card keeps coming out because they want me to see the whole card. And so I realized, there's the sun, and then there's this angel with their hands up like this, and it's like they're blessing this couple. I guess if this was Adam and Eve, that'd be like God blessing this couple. But this is not a Bible. This is a tarot card, and so I feel like it could mean both. You balancing out your masculine and feminine, falling in love with yourself, and stepping into your divineness. But it could also mean that you might be meeting a divine partner soon. Maybe I'm saying you, maybe we, I don't know. A divine partner, a partner who may also be a healer. Like, I'm a healer. And so maybe you meet someone who's also a healer. Maybe you meet someone who, feels like your divine counterpart, would be called divine counterpart. Shoot. Okay, we're at 40 minutes. That's great. I'm going to wrap it up. I am going to wrap this up because I don't want Spirit talking to me about no more relationships. Matter of fact, I'm not going to even put it back. I'm not going to put it back in the deck so it don't have to keep coming out. Ha! Let's see if Spirit does something slick. Do you have any closing words? Do you have any closing words for us? I didn't even know if this, like, I know I feel like the sun is kind of like washing out my face a little bit, and I'm just be honest with y'all, like I started and I don't feel like stopping. I'm like got into a roll. Oh my god, why? Maybe it's time for me to stop just reading. I don't know if I want to keep going. Yeah, this is the heartbreak and this is the walking away. So yeah, Spirit is just clarifying. They're like, no, we're talking about relationships. Remember? We're talking about relationships. Remember when you got your feelings hurt? And you walked away from that thing? Well, you're meeting a new person, okay? So thank you for that clarity I didn't ask for. But maybe that was the closing remarks. You know, that's why the cards are coming out all crazy now, because they're also ready to wrap it up. I have this other deck. It has dragons and stuff. I don't know what it's called. I'll get better. But I like to use this deck for a closing statement because the words are right on the card. And you know, these dragons are really pretty. Really pretty pictures. I like dragons. Of course, sunshine yellow, right? It's all sunny, and I didn't wear yellow today, though. Sunshine yellow dragon helps you to help animals, serve animals, heal, respect, understand. Like that message might really be for me. I don't know how many of us. I'll admit, like I know nobody's watching this page right now, but I'm a little excited for meeting more people like myself because I do work with animals as well. And I have been wondering, like, and I really just said something about going back to work and, doing something involving animals, helping animals. Helps animals. That's fascinating. So, you know, where's my dog walkers and my pet sitters and my veterinarian? I'm not a vet, but, you know, I just want to say I appreciate you all. And in relation to what I said about Kanye and the painting and myself, right, is, working with animals is something that I didn't anticipate when I was younger. You know, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the projects. We wasn't exposed to a lot, I'm being honest with you. Was not exposed to a lot. And working with animals, to be honest with you, it's one of those, that's the thing that made me feel the feeling of why didn't I pursue this from young? Like, animals are just so predictably predictable and appreciative and grateful. Like, I'm sorry, but like I feel like animals are better at showing gratitude than people are, you know? It's one thing I love about them. And then whether they are or not, they kind of are. Either way, I don't know. Brings you higher love. Oh, this is the other one. It's the other one. Okay, I show the yellow one. The yellow one, it literally says, like, helps you help animals. And so, you know, they kind of answered my question. I'm like, yeah, I need to go back to work. I need to get another job. What should I do? They're just like, So I need to figure out, you know, how we get back into the animal field. I don't have any special certifications or anything like that. If someone who is sponsoring certifications or something and happens upon this video, you know, I'm really cool. Person to give to. You know, I'm gracious. I'm grateful, and you know, I have things to give in exchange and in return, if anything, right? You don't have to. I mean, it's cool to give for the sake of giving, but it's also okay if there's something you want to exchange, some free readings for. Not free, but you know, exchange readings for. I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe you just like my vibe and you want to hire me. It's cool. See, this next one, the golden Christed dragon, right? See, look at that Christ reference again, and then it was that Adam and Eve, right? I feel like the more we raise our vibration, I am one of those believers in like Christ consciousness. I do feel like I am one of those folks who believe the second coming of Christ is when we come into Christ consciousness, right? So unconditional love for self and connection with your spirit guides, and let's see. I'm gonna read the card. Golden Christed Dragon brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. So they're saying, I think that was another reference to love. It sounds to me like Spirit's trying to hook me up with somebody. Sounds a little bit like Spirit's trying to hook me up. Although, quite frankly, not quite. Apparently that's my new habitual phrase now, quite frankly. I did make a friend. Like, I did make a good friend who they feel like it's their mission to help animals, and where I feel like I actually always originally felt like my mission was to help people, and we plan and hope to bring that together, right? Because, say for example, maybe I could, if somebody were to start a business, open a doggy daycare, and hiring people, it's all one and the same, and helping animals, helping people. And I really like, right, Cesar Millan. I'm one of those people that watch his show, and I really love that I definitely went over my time. I'm so sorry, it happened. I'm definitely not gonna go over an hour though. Cesar Millan's new show is called Better Human, Better Animal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Better Human, Better Animal. Better Human, Better, right? Because, I appreciate his emphasis on the human-animal connection and how that affects their behavior and stuff like that. I'm a little bit deviating, but I'm not. And so, yeah, I appreciate Spirit's reminder. It's like, hey, you should definitely continue pursuing that avenue of working with animals, cause I was going to, and then I hesitated, and lickety blah blah blah. And so, yeah, this friend that I've met, it's been a while since I've made a friend who feels like family, and it's like very platonic, and it's very pure, and it's very real, and they believe in me and they believe in my gifts, and like that's such a beautiful thing, and they're like verbal about it. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that's probably rooting for me quietly on the other end of their screen, where this person picks up the phone and it's like, what do you need? And so I'm definitely blessed to have them, and but seriously though, there might actually be like an actual relationship coming over the horizon. There might be divine partner who is a good counterpart, who is there to help you be your high vibrational self as you are there to help them be their high vibrational self. Whew. Right? And then there's that gold and yellow light. I have been feeling the energy of Oshun around me a lot lately, and that's cool. And I feel like she's just kind of been reminding, that Oshun energy sometimes just wants to remind you to, what they say, stop and smell the roses. Stop and smell the roses. Hence, I'm in this park, and I actually think I like this one better. It's the other park that I was sitting in, because I'm not too far from an airport, and that park, I think, is more. I feel like that park was more directly under the path, because the the plane literally goes over that park. Whereas since I've been over here, the planes have not been going over me. So that's interesting. They usually do, though. They usually come over sometimes. One thing I'm learning, I've been living next to the airport for a really long time, and it's a few things, but I never tried recording, I never tried recording consistently over time in these parks, and so I didn't notice. But I guess airports have like rush hours too. They also have rush hour, because it seems like around the time that's usually rush hour, it's like they're back to back to back to back. I mean, it's actually kind of cool. I'm like, how are they all landing back to back to back like that? I mean, it's a really huge airport, and so I don't know. I like planes. I went through a short phase of wanting to learn to fly. I mean, wanting to be a pilot, but I definitely still want to learn to fly. That would be a cool thing. I'm like, oh my god, what if I learn to fly, and then because I used to want to be an astronaut, and I'm just like, didn't think of myself as disciplined enough, because the science is not hard for me. I didn't think of myself as disciplined enough to be the scientist that gets to go to space, but I'm like, what if I learn to fly and I just also happen to be good with the science and stuff? Like, I'm not sure I want to read this last one. Yeah, okay. This will be the last one. It says gold and silver violet flame dragon. Which I really like this gold and silver violet flame dragon. It's so pretty. Gotta get a good angle on this one. Ugh. So pretty. Like, I would totally wear a shirt this color. But transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. See, offer service. See, that spirit is like, look, we know, spirit knows I'm not a huge, tarot's not my favorite, but it's like, it's one of those things, we all have that thing that we know how to do, and maybe when I'm in my head imagining it, sometimes I think I'm imagining it's going to be more daunting than it ends up actually being, and then when I do that. I absolutely do that. I'm like, because not every interaction is great, to be honest with y'all, with these tarot readings. It's like, not everyone can handle the truth. Also, sometimes, and I'm being honest, sometimes I can tell that sometimes people are getting readings because they think I'm cute. They see me from a distance and they think I'm attractive and they want to be in my face, and then they come in and get like a cute reading for fun, and then I say something for real, and then they're not expecting that. And so, yeah, I think that is one of the things that happened the last time, and I was like, I think I need to take a break. But Spirit's confirmation, like, breaks over. Maybe that's why I've actually had silence, right? Maybe that Spirit's like hooking me up with some quiet right now. Transmutation, magic, and healing. That's the other thing Spirit 2 has been reminding me of. It's like, you're a magical person. You're a magical person. I find it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little frustrated sometimes. I'm sorry, I just showed you the bottom of my foot. I am a little frustrated sometimes with the healing community and how I don't know, it just feels like people are so quick to want to learn dark magic so they can manipulate people. And it's like, I thought the point of learning your magic is so you can make your life more pleasurable, right? Like, manifest more money, manifest more love, manifest more fun. Last time I checked, that's what we're actually really here for. We're really here to enjoy it. Unfortunately, there's, these beings on the planet that they understand that, which is why they did a really good job at making it not fun here, to the point where we don't even want to be here. Like, how many more videos we need to see that Earth is ghetto? Earth is ghetto, get me out of here. We have this huge, beautiful, big planet. More than enough space and resources for everyone. Everything else is an illusion. And, my heart goes out to everyone, folks in the world whose situation is dire. And I think, too, that, there's war and there's struggle, there's pain in the world. And I feel like sometimes we feel guilty for enjoying life because there's so many people who aren't. And one thing I want to say is about myself is, like, when I wasn't enjoying life, I didn't wish for other people to not be enjoying life. It's like, when life is hard for me, I just, if there's some way, shape, and form that you're able to help somebody, then just help them. If you can donate to something, then donate to the thing. If there's, you know what I mean? But it is rough. It is rough giving yourself permission to enjoy and have fun, knowing people are dying. People are dying. People are hurting. People are energetically speaking, energetically speaking, maybe we can, shift the energy of the collective by inserting more love and joy from where we're at. Maybe. Because I feel like the powers that be want us to all suffer. The powers that be, powers that be set it up this way because they know that love and joy manifests abundance. They know that. They know that love and joy raises the vibration. The more you raise the vibration, the more you actually heal. You know what I'm saying? Love and joy, it heals. It raises your vibration. The more you heal and raise your vibration, the more you tap into your magic, the more you're able to see through the BS. It's like in a way, this is as much a magic war as it is a spiritual war, as it is a physical war. And love is magic. Love is magic. If you're gonna learn magic, learn it to insert more love and joy in the world. Let's not let them win. They actually do want us all low and depressed and sad and bickering and fighting amongst each other. That's exactly what they want us to do. Prisons and funerals are profitable. Right? It's like, oh, where do they get all the funds for all this? Well, prisons and funerals are profitable, and as long as you're sad and angry, you're fighting, you're murdering, you're hurting others and yourself, and that just feeds, right? It's okay if you are able to cultivate joy in your life. Do it. If you feel like you can't, maybe try. I don't know. I don't mean to be, I'm not spiritual bypassing kind of person. I only have a few minutes at a time to talk, and we'll continue getting to know each other over time. But I assure you, I'm not, I don't wear rose-colored glasses in any way, shape, or form. That's just the topic of the discussion today. And we can get our hands dirty a little bit. I ain't never been afraid to get my hands dirty. So, we'll see. Yeah, y'all. Keeping it together. That's another favorite line in the movie. I'm gonna really be done this time. Because it's like, we got literally 58 minutes, so we're done. One of my favorite lines is Eddie Murphy. Another Eddie Murphy movie. He was talking to his therapist because he thought he was going crazy. He was going through I forgot which movie it was. And the therapist like, it's okay. You can do this. You can keep it together. Keep it together. I'm keeping it together. He thought, I'm keeping it together. I'm keeping it together. I'm keeping it together. Keeping it together. I'm keeping it together. So let's keep it together, y'all. Peace out.